Hey friends, Lucian here with the Bullish Bears team. I wanted to make this video on the piercing pattern for candlesticks. So this piercing pattern is one of us, kind of a smaller pattern, but it tells a very important story. So what it is, if you look here, when a stock's kind of coming or falling into a downtrend, you'll see the bulls at some point, not all the time, of course, but when a bulls come in and they want to rush in and kind of basically try to stop this downtrend from happening. And when you see this candlestick, so right here, this red candlestick, when the green one still falls below the previous day's close one, but then the bulls come back in and push price into at least half of the previous day's real body. So as you can see here, pricing came in and it filled in at least 50% of the previous day's upper or real body. So it's piercing. It's piercing into its body here. So as you can see, this is a big candle where it's trying to come in. It's trying to stop this downtrend. Now, it doesn't always work, right? Patterns don't always work 100% of the time. So you can see price, it did stop, it did pierce it, it did stop it. Looked like you can see the next day, potential reversal, right? To go up, it did jump up, it gapped up, but then it still failed. So again, these patterns, they tell a story, but you have to look at other factors too. You got to look at the big overall pattern, and then you got to look at moving average lines as well, and obviously other indicators. But this told a story right here that the bulls tried to come back in, stop it from falling. Many times it will happen and reverse and go back up, but other times it will fail, right? I mean, trading is all about trying to put the risk management and the odds in your favor, and patterns do that, but they don't work 100% of the time. All right, let's look at several other examples. I'm just going to show you ones that, like this is a very accurate looking one. Then I'll show you ones that are close, but not, completely accurate, because I want to show you real world examples. You can see this is GBTC, Bitcoin ETF. This thing was really falling. You can see price kind of came in, right? But it didn't fill, 50% of the candle. So again, you want to be aware of what's happening, not be like, is this a piercing candle? It's only, filling 33.23% of the candle, but not 50%. So, okay, that's not a piercing candle. Again, don't worry completely 100%. Is this an exact candle and what it's doing? Understand what it's trying to do. This price is falling here. The bulls came in. They stopped price at that 50 SMA. They wanted to push it back in. And for kind of a moment, they got it back up again, right? So it did kind of pierce into this candle, not 50%. You'll see this candle tried to close above the 9 EMA, and then you got some consolidation, and it eventually faded. But this candle is trying to pierce into this one, just didn't fill it 50%. Let's look at some other examples. All right, Tiffany. This is a really, really great looking one right here. This is almost perfection. Price is starting to fall, big red candlestick. Next one fell below previous day's close, and then the bulls rush back in over 50%, right at that 50% mark. Tried to stop it from falling, did. Again, you can see kind of consolidation over here. It didn't fall any further, and now it's potentially starting to go back up again. So again, it's trying to pierce it, attack it, trying to stop it from falling. And, so far it's doing a decent job, but you got to see price get back above those moving average lines. All right, look at Cisco, CSCO, same thing. Price is starting to fade, big red candle. Open, fell below previous day's close the next day. Candle came back in, the bulls came in, pierced over 50% of this red candle. Tried to get it up to get up here. It did a little bit, failed, but it got back up finally over those moving average lines and it's going back up. So it's trying to, again, stop this downward movement. The bulls are trying to come in and just stop this thing from falling. And obviously, be aware of these moving average lines. Look, it's no coincidence that this happens around very important moving average lines. This right here is the 50 simple moving average. You can see there's this tug of war right around that 50 simple moving average of bears are saying, let's push it below. Bulls are saying, not so fast. And then right here, you can see this indecision right around these moving average lines until at this point, price got back above the moving average lines. All right, let's look at Disney here. Another one. This one got really messy, right? Big red candlestick down, big green candlestick, 50% of the body, kind of get back up here again, and then price faded. This is when the market has been all kind of wacky recently when making this video. So lots of this crazy indecision. You can see it actually faded and went down further before it kind of went up again. So you can see there was almost another piercing attack right here. It's a different kind of attack. It looks different than over here, but you can see bulls, big red candle, dropped down below on this candle, bulls came back in, and this time it's kind of like a hammer-ish kind of pattern or a long-legged doji candle pattern. It's basically still, again, the point is bulls coming in trying to stop this downward movement. So it failed over here, kind of came back, another type of piercing attack to try to get price back up again. But again, it's important to be like, when you're seeing this, don't be like, well, this candlestick is not the same as this one. It is kind of going, but is it 50%? Because the real body's not 50% of this candle. So, again, don't bog yourself down. Just try to understand what's actually happening. Price is falling, bulls are trying to stop it. Price is falling, bulls are trying to stop it to try to stop this attack. They're trying to pierce it, trying to stop this attack because they want to push price back up again. So just again, look at candlesticks and patterns and the patterns within the pattern and see what story that it's trying to tell you overall. Another one here, IBM, very similar. Piercing pattern. This is textbook right here, trying to stop it, and it couldn't do it, right? It's trying to pierce it, trying to stop it. Kind of, tried to for a moment, but couldn't. Obviously, this is when the market's been all really wacky. And as you can see, price fell again. This time, a kind of a hammer came in to pierce it and try to stop it. So again, just understand the story of the bulls are trying to stop this downward movement. And that's why you got to watch the other candlesticks that happen after that and see what pattern is actually forming. All right, let's look at UTX over here. As you can see, again, they're all similar, right? A lot of these stocks, these bigger name stocks, move with the market. Price is falling, pierced it right here, and then got a reversal. You can see it almost did it here, but not 50%. But again, be aware of this, right? It's trying, the bulls are trying to stop it. Look, no coincidence. Look what's happening down here. 200 simple moving average. Bulls are trying to push it and keep it above, trying to get back above these moving average lines. And as you can see, it was kind of successful here. Started the movement of the reversal to start getting price back above the moving average lines. So that is the piercing pattern. Again, like with all patterns, all of them aren't exact. You have to just be aware of what, what the story that's being told is, not just completely like worrying about exactly what each pattern looks like. Look at the big picture overall.